aka Call Me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Black Woman Trashes Hotel Room After Rapper Kicks Her Out. Let's get right into it.
So it seems like everyone is getting tired of Gorgeous Doll and her story times. So this time Gorgeous Doll decided to do a story time on her and T Grizzly. She talked about how she flew out somewhere. She met T Grizzly. They went to the dancer club, threw some money. When they went back to the hotel room, obviously he wanted to do you know what. She wasn't down, so he had her kicked out.
T Grizzly. I don't be exposed to shit, but the way he did me, he deserves this. He slid in my DMs. First day out, when he first hit, right? He was like, come to Michigan. I was like, okay, cool. I flew out to Michigan. When I got there, we went to the strip club. I'm picking out the bitches I like, so we throwing money and we having fun. And he like, come on, let's go back to the room. We get to the hotel, and pretty much he had tried me. And it was like, I wasn't even in town for 5 hours. Like, calm down. He was like, okay, I'll be back. I gotta go downstairs or something. So I went downstairs. And in the lobby was the 3 strippers that we just danced, okay? I go back up to the room, act like I ain't seen nothing. The phone starts ringing, and it's the front desk. They were like, yeah, security's on the way. So because I didn't allow him to sleep with me, he was trying to get me escorted out of the room so he could bring somebody else in there. The next thing I'm saying is allegedly. So I started shit up. I'm throwing lamps, I'm throwing TVs, I'm busting that bitch open. What do you mean?
That's savage.
Security's knocking at the door, whatever. So I just come up with a lie real fast. So I was like, oh my god, he just left. He's so mad at me. He ruined everything in the room.
Wow, good actress.
I had to, because I knew they was going to put me in jail because I f***ed that room up. But I did get banned off all MGM properties. So they banned me for like 3 years. And banned him. Now, when I got downstairs, I found out that he had 4 rooms. Not only did he have me in a room, he had another girl in the room. He had the strippers who just came from the strip club trying to put them in a room. And it was just a motherfucking mess.
It seems like T Grizzly had that mindset of either you gonna do it or somebody else is going to do it. Now I guess shortly down the line, maybe months later, who knows, I'm not sure the time frame, but I guess T Grizzly and Gorgeous Doll ended up in the same restaurant, and Gorgeous Doll decided to send him a bottle with a note that says, do you remember me, while he's with his wife, and his wife ended up getting mad and crumbling up the note, and I guess she started snapping and going off on T Grizzly.
At Cheetah, and I'm sitting at my own table, okay?
You should say it with it.
Yeah, go or whatever. And while I'm at Cheetah, I see him walk in. It looked like he was by himself. So what did I do? I sent him a 1942 and a note that said, bitch, haha, you remember me, right? Yeah, I remember got banned out the MGM. Yeah, he got me fucked up. I can't remember exactly what the note said, but the waiter, she follows me on here, that was at Cheetah, she'll let y'all know. But pretty much, I wrote a handwritten note, and then when she took it over to him, though, he was with his wife. I did not know that he had a wife. I never knew. But apparently, the wife ended up going the fuck off, snatching a note, cussing him out. Asking her to be cussed out.
And this is why
Whatever happened to Kiss and Don't Tell? Whatever happened to that? These modern day 304s, and listen, you chose the 304 lifestyle. I'm not saying I want you to be a 304, but if you're going to be a 304, be a 304, be a good 304. It's like every girl does some hood rat hoochie shit, and they want the whole world to know. It's like story time, story time. We don't want to know your story time, baby girl. This man is a married man. That was his past. And I don't know if I even believe the story, even the second story. I don't know if I believe the first story or the second story. But let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and say this. What she's saying is the truth. Why would you spend $800 or whatever for 1942? 1942 is supposed to be an expensive bottle of liquor, especially in the club, just to tell someone, yeah, you remember me? Does that sound real to y'all? Does it sound like a 304 is going to spend $800 just to send you a note? Okay? Now, she talked about how he flew her out. The first time. The first story. She flew him out. She wouldn't put out. So he kicked her out. But instead of accepting that he kicked her out, she wants to destroy the room and then lie on him, pretending like he assaulted you or, you know, had like an aggressive rage and destroyed everything. How would that make any sense? How does that make any sense? But this is what I'm trying to say. You got to be aware of women like this, man. This is why, I'm with T Grizzly, man. I'm trying to find my wife and get away from all this. Because all the false accusations, all the nonsense you got to put up with for like an hour of hoochie coochie at that. It ain't worth it, bro. It ain't worth it. The man is trying to enjoy his time with his wife. You send him bottles, trying to cause confusion for what? And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know he was there with his wife." I'm sure. You make it seem like we trust the fact that if you knew he was there with his wife, you wouldn't send that. Women are so spiteful and revengeful, in my personal opinion, that she'd be more inclined to do it if she knew your wife was there to try to embarrass you, right? I would say if she had to spend $800, it makes more sense to me she spent $800 trying to humiliate you in front of another woman. That's what I would assume. Okay? Especially because women have this kind of fear of missing out, right? That now you want to send him a note, maybe because you look at him like, oh, you with another woman, what about me? You ain't forget about me. I'm number one. I'm number one. You can never forget about me. There is not a single girl in this world that's worth this chaos. There's none. There's none. And rappers, for some reason, have like, they have like, the best taste in women. They just have such spectacular taste in women. Oh my God, right? You chose her because she has fake butt, fake boobs, fake lips, fake body. You flew her out and you still didn't get what you wanted. Allegedly. Because I don't even know if I believe this or I personally think she's capping and making this all up. But apparently a lot of women are tired of her. They're tired of her talking like this, doing this. And so they're coming out saying, yo, we don't want to hear this anymore. So this girl that's about to speak, yeah, she's about to give Gorgeous Doll, I think her name. Yeah, she's about to give her some lip service.
Him out. As he deserved to be cussed out.
And this is why side chicks will always remain side chicks. Because I just want to know, what was your thought process to getting up here and making a video about something that happened with this man 6 years ago when he was not married, was not in a relationship. Now that he's married, in a committed relationship, going viral for making a song about how he's loyal to his wife, you would decide that's the perfect time for me to get on the internet and tell a story time that nobody cares about. No one. The only people who are entertained by this are people who are messy like you and want to see people's relationship go down bad. And then people mad at the wife for responding. You brought up her husband for no reason. You're talking about something that is not relevant to your life today, tomorrow, or yesterday. 6 years ago, to be exact. And he literally wanted to F you on the first night. You didn't want to, and he sent you home. Why was it a 4-part series? That's what I'm trying to understand. He wanted to, you didn't, he kicked you out. What more is there to tell? I'm confused on why you would want to tell that anyway. That's a bad look on you. The fact that 6 years ago, that was still your life. Like, I'm just confused. Like, I just will never understand. This is why side chicks will always remain side chicks, because that is what she cares about.
So people in the comment section started saying things like, letting him know, what did I miss a part? Everyone in the world know he's married a lady. Now who is this? What was she letting him know? Help auntie out. Someone else says she needs to stop. She's so problematic. The ninja always posts about his wife, but you the only one making your videos. Seek help. She always starting with people and then playing victim when she gets a reaction. Someone else then says that's how she kept mentioning Dez name, then turned around to play the victim when Dez threw a sub in her song. She believes she is the victim in all cases. And this last person commented and says she fumbled her so-called industry tie when she tried to expose Future. Stop giving this crazy girl fame. I receive secondhand embarrassment every time I see her. She needs to enroll in school or something. Nobody told her once she exposes someone of a certain statue or will tarnish her. She's slow and she needs to redirect her focus. I do agree with the first part of this comment. Like they said, she ruined her industry tie. Like, after she exposed Future, nobody's going to want to deal with her because they feel like she's going to expose them. She's going to...
Yeah, girl, you out here recording conversation. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, with her Future, she... And guys, I don't know if you're keeping up with this. I only keep up with this because, I feel like it's my job to know what's going on in social media land. If it wasn't my job, I wouldn't watch none of this garbage, bro. I'm telling you, like, this stuff makes your brain shrink, okay? My brain is atrophying because of this, okay? So thank you for making me lose brain cells, you dumb 304. Anyway, look, this is another girl, in my personal opinion. Why are you throwing your life away just to be a thought? You have an opportunity to be way more than that. I don't understand. Like, a beautiful woman has an opportunity to be a kept woman, protected woman, a wife. But instead, you want to be a thought. It literally takes no skill to be a 304. Literally. Like, you're literally just using what your mama gave you, and you're just showing it off because you know people value the naked body of a woman. That's all we see women doing nowadays. It's like you understand that we view the naked body of a woman so sacred that if you just show it, it's going to gain a lot of attention. But how's it really helping you? Baby, you need Jesus. You need God. Read the Bible. Go repent. There's a lot of 304s in the Bible, and they're not celebrated. They're not. They're just not. But people have forgotten about God. And this is why I say, get the Bible. Get the Bible, yo. You know what? This is not just for a woman. This is for men too. Look. If you live your life by a foundational standard that was given to you by your Creator, I'm telling you, you're going to live a valuable life. If you live the life that the world told you, that it's okay to date a man who's gender fluid, it's okay to be promiscuous, it's okay to be half naked when you go out in public. This is all okay according to the standards of the world. But God says a woman's body is sacred, therefore she should covet it. She should covet it because it's sacred, and all sacred things are covered. So I look at these women like, you had so much potential. You have so much potential to be way more than just a thought. Right? But they're not thinking about the future. They're short-sighted. They're not thinking about, all right, and is this going to help me get married? Is this going to help me be a mother? Is this going to help me be protected? Is this going to help me be kept? They're not thinking about that. They're like, let me get the bag. Let me get the bag. Get the bag. Get attention. Get views. Get likes. It makes no sense to me. It makes none, you know? And I get it. I know it must be really hard because if you don't have a father, or if you have a weak father, if you don't have anybody that's going to protect you. Guys, it's nice out in New Jersey, so everybody got their bikes out. Damn, you guys are ruining my video. Anyway, now that they're past, right? Shout out to all the biker gang out there, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got my motorcycle license, had it since I was 18, so I had it for over 20 years. Anyway, if you realize that, you know, this is not going to have long-term benefits. You might have short-term gain, right? A little bit. And you can see the women are not even siding with her. They're actually siding with married women, which is a shocker that the world is siding with a married woman and not a thought. So it just shows there is some hope for the world, that all is not lost. But then again, the sisterhood doesn't really stick together. You know what I'm saying? They're chaotic. One minute they support each other, next minute they don't. You know, so I don't know what to make about this, but to all you women that want to aspire to be like this, please just take a good deep dive through all the women that have came before her. This does not end well. It never does. It never does. Okay? Attention, money, all these things that you value, the Bible says knowledge is more valuable than rubies. Okay? Get some wisdom, baby. I don't want to say go to school because you might not get educated, go to school, but read. Go read a book. Go read. Go study something. That's my thoughts on this. Men, you should know by now, and I think you do know by now. Stay away from these video vixens, these BBL thoughts. Stay away from them. They're not going to help you. Go find you a wife. Go find you a good girl. Go find you a girl who's covered. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, if you show off your body like this, if you're going around sleeping with rappers like that, you're just low. You are losing value. Those rappers are not losing value. T Grizzly didn't lose any value. He's married now. He didn't lose any value. You're losing value. The joke's on you. You think you're exposing Future. You think you're exposing T Grizzly. You have all these story times. You're getting all this attention, but you're short-sighted because that attention is not going to last. Before you know it, there's going to be another thought like you coming from behind. Just going to replace you. So enjoy your 15 minutes of fame as a thought, right? And just understand that there was no part of life that was worth 15 minutes of fame to lose out on a lifetime of protection, provision from a man, a very good man. Especially if you have the looks to really attract a high value man. You have the looks. You got to attract the Future. Why not try to become Future's wife? Why not try to become T Grizzly? Like, why not try to become these rappers' wives? Why do you want to be the side chick? I'm trying to understand that. Why do women want to be the side chick? You know, I used to think something was wrong with these girls, but I've realized that this is just the life they want to live. When I was growing up, it was like, damn, man, all these girls who want to be thoughts and 304s and stuff like that, something wrong with them. But what I realize is it's just a decision. This is what they just decided to do with their life. So make better choices. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see y'all over there.